Okay. Good morning all. Today we are going to do the experiment on forced convection apparatus. Okay. So I'll explain each part of the forced convection apparatus. So coming to this, first here there is a blower, and then from the blower air is going to suck, and then it is going to supply to this tube, and it is sent to this main heater setup, and it is going to exit. That means the working fluid here is the air. And then here here you can see the heater, sorry, mains. Here you can see the blower, and here you can see the heater. So once you want to switch on the machine, first you have to switch on the mains, then you have to go for the blower, then you have to go switch on the heater. Then this indicates once the machine is switched on, here you can find out what is the heater current supplied, and here we can find out the voltage supplied, and here you can find out the temperature of each location. So I'll show you where are the thermocouples are attached, and these are all the specification of the setup. T1 indicates the inlet temperature of the air, T2, T3, T4 indicates the surface temperature of the tube, and T5 indicates the air outlet temperature, L indicates the length of the tube, D indicates the diameter of the tube. Okay. And this knob is used to identify the temperature of different thermocouples. And here you can see the manometer to measure the head of air. So later on we are going to convert that head of air into head of water. So how the experiment starts, once we switch on the blower and heater and the mains, the air will suck from the blower, and it is going to enter to the it is going to enter for the experimental setup here. So here you can find out one thermocouple. This thermocouple is nothing but inlet temperature of the air, that is nothing but T1, and you can find out here there are three thermocouples attached. So this is called T2, T3 and T4. So those three temperatures are the surface temperature of the tube, and one more thermocouple is this. This is with respect to T5, temperature of the air at the exit. So we are going to do the experiment with this. Okay. So now I'll switch on the machine, then I'll show the calculation how we are going to take the, first I'll switch on the machine, I'll show the reading how to take, then I'll show you the calculations. Okay. Okay. First we'll switch on the mains, then we'll go for switching on the blower, then heater. Okay. Here, heater, whatever the heat input we want, you can find out, we can fix up here, and some heat input will be fixed. Then based on that heat input, here we can find out the heater voltage and current and voltage we can find out, and here we can find out the temperature. By rotating the knob, we can find out the temperature of T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Okay. So like this we are going to conduct an experiment, and think that we are done the experiment and we attained the steady state. After attaining the steady state, I am going to show you the calculations. Okay. So after taking the readings, after doing the experiments, we took the readings like this. See, first here I am going to explain the arrangement of the setup, forced convection setup. Inside there is a tube where the inside tube is, and outside tube and inside tubes are concentric with each other, and air is a working fluid or working medium here. This indicates the T1 of the temperature of the inlet of the air, T2, T3, T4 is the cylinder temperature or the tube temperature, T5 indicates the outlet temperature of the air. Then coming to this is the specification, cylinder or a tube, diameter and length, and this is the tabular column. After attaining the steady state, we got these values: voltage, current, head of water from the manometer, T1 is inlet temperature of the air, T2, T3, T4, T5 is exit temperature of the fluid, where T2, T3, T4 is the surface temperature of the tube. So once you took this calculation, we'll go for the calculation. Once you took this readings, we'll go for the calculation. So what is the first calculation is, the aim of this experiment is to find out the value of convective heat transfer coefficient experimentally as well as convective heat transfer coefficient theoretically. So first we will go with calculating the convective heat transfer coefficient experimentally. So first step is Q is equal to H experimental into A into dt, where the value of Q is nothing but V into I. Directly we will get from the tabular column. V is given, V and I is obtained, you can calculate, and area is nothing but pi dl. With that we will get the value of area. So once you know Q and A, we want dt to find out H experimental. So we'll go for dt. dt is explained here. dt is equal to di minus Ti minus T naught, where Ti is also called as Ts. That means the average surface temperature. Temperature of surface are T2, T3, T4 divided by 3 is some value you will get, that is Ti, or it is also called as Ts. And T naught is nothing but a T wall T naught is equal to T. T naught is nothing but a T fluid temperature. Okay, inlet and outlet divided by 2. That is 38.5 degrees centigrade. If we make a difference of those two, we'll get dt, that is 12.16 degrees centigrade. So if you apply the value of this Q, A and dt, we will get the value of Q. We will get the value of H experimental. So the first aim is finished. To find out the experiment H value experimentally. This is the method to find out the H experimental. Then we'll go for finding the value of H theoretical. To find out the H theoretical, we want first to find out Reynolds number. Reynolds number formula is rho Vd by mu. For that, we want some values. So what are the values we want? To find out velocity of the air, this is the step we are going to follow. First, we identify the Q. Q is nothing but CD into A naught square root of 2gh A. Head of air is equal to rho water, head water divided by rho of air. If you find out that head of air will come, CD is nothing but a coefficient of discharge of orifice 0.64 and A naught is orifice area pi by 4 into d square. If you find out that, we will get an area of the orifice. Done. With all those values, if you substitute, we will get a value of velocity of the air.